Welcome. Today is Sunday, and we're meeting here at Bielefeld Sunrise Church. My name is Celyn Arden. I'm the lead minister, and today is October the 20th. Halloween is around the corner. That's what our title says. And the question is, are there any ghouls and vampires among us? Living dead, soul suckers? Yes, and they're disguised as real people. But when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified, saying, "It's a ghost." And they cried out in fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them and said, "Take heart, it is I. Do not be afraid." The latter quote is known to be used by a former pope in the signing line of a painting of his to his disciples. "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." Probably not the best of commendations for the artist. I believe that some people feed off negativity, revenge, chaos, negative social identity, and other human foibles. They look for leaders who spread this poison and have the power to address it. It is in their nature, or at least emphasized at some point for their gain. They are typically manipulated by these people and leaders for their gain, actually, and the leaders don't have their interests at heart at all. For some with a negative outlook on life, every bad event is just confirmation that their view is correct. These are glass half full or skeptics. They can only see bad outcomes. Any development that people see good things in, they point out everything that they can think will go wrong. Perhaps they've been hurt or disappointed in the past and have a difficult time finding trust in others and hope. We can help these people by being people that can trust and by emphasizing positive outcomes. At some point, the pile of positive evidence has to carry some weight in their minds. Hope comes from the love of God for all. That can be kind of abstract to people, especially if they expect God to provide a perfect life without problems. "May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears," says Nelson Mandela. If we allow these people to influence our thinking, they have eaten our brains. Hope exists in the conviction of our heart that somehow things will work out okay, or we will live to see a better day, or we will reach our goal if we keep working hard for it, or knowing that God loves us and wants the best for us. That kind of hope is based on past positive experiences and intuition. This is where pessimists become optimists unless habit prevails. Even the dying exhibit hope. They often focus on relationships and even on mending bad relationships. They hope to be well remembered. Spirituality may bring hope, and an end to struggles brings hope. So what about the vampires? There are those who suck life out of people, forcing them to live in fear and focusing on the negative. In literature, the vampire is a very powerful, undead creature that can be unnaturally attractive, seducing people into giving over their lives to them because they seem powerful in the face of any threat. In real life, there are people who have these same attributes, attracting people to them to become dedicated to them or slaves who serve them. They cite many things in the world that we should be fearful of, yet it is they we should fear. Do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather, fear the one who can destroy both body and soul. Matthew 10, verse 28. It's natural to fear challenges and unfamiliar things in our lives. Our brains seem to be programmed to look for what can hurt us as a natural defense, yes. Yet most things won't hurt us. We just have to learn to be careful around them and learn how to control them. For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. 2 Timothy 1, verse 7. We can help these people by showing them there is power in God. Through doing these things God's way, we improve our relationships with others and find the confidence to overcome challenges. If God is with us, who can be against us? Romans 8, verse 31. Demons and goblins, toxic things in our lives. These natural, supernatural creatures can seem friendly and helpful, even mischievous, but they are also malicious. Don't feed them after midnight or put them in water. This is from the Gremlins movie trailer. I regard these as toxic entities that can keep you focusing on the negative about yourself. They drag you down into the depth of despair. I'm too fat to have friends and a spouse. I'm unpopular. Nobody likes me. I think I'll go eat worms. I've done terrible things to others. I can never achieve what others have and never get a good job. I'm alone. No one cares about me. This is from Zach Williams' Fear is a Liar, the famous song. Their favorite form of self-reflection is gossip about others. Other people are always talking about you. The negative things and gossip are things that you can also see in yourself. Gossip can take the form of hate propaganda that makes people feel helpless to change things when the world around them is so against them. Jesus said, "Let your word be yes, yes, or no, no. Anything more than this comes from the evil one." Matthew 5, verse 37. At some point, feeling totally hopeless to change your situation, in the depth of despair, you hide and never achieve your full potential, or you do something harmful to yourself and others. This is the demon's goal. Some spread propaganda to make us suspicious of everyone and hate everyone. The Nazis did this. It turned out that the Nazis used heightened emotion to get people riled up. Those who countered the propaganda did the same. Emotion is more powerful in driving our behavior than mere facts alone. People can get transfixed by loneliness, isolation, feelings of hopelessness to change anything. They resort to violence to make a statement. This applies to terrorists, school shooters, and employees. Others do it because of their endless focus on hate. We can help these people by reaching out to them and loving them. We can't always paint a positive picture regarding events in their lives or the world, but people who are grounded in love and relationships rarely become destructive to themselves or others. We can help people refocus their identity by helping them focus on positive things in life rather than the negative. So, what's the conclusion? Are there dark and demonic forces in our world? There are, inasmuch as they exist within us. We are our own worst enemy. Hardwired to look for things that will hurt us, we find it easy to always see the negative and to always think negatively about ourselves. With Jesus in our lives, there is nothing to fear. Churchill said, "There is nothing to fear but fear itself," as he stood up to the Nazis who had swept across Europe and were ready to invade England. With God in our lives, who can be against us? If we let them, there are people in this world who want us to focus on fear. They want to own us and manipulate us so that they gain power. These can include media, politicians, hate groups, and special interest groups. If people are trying to divide us, we need to be very skeptical of their motives. There is more strength in unity.